What is up? What is up, everybody? This is Mark the Mike, and this is another The Wrestling Babble podcast by Wrestling Inc. I am Mark the Mike. I'm joined by Louis Beans.
What is up? What is up?
A ton of wrestling, ton of movies to watch. I binged watched 26 episodes of Ninja Turtle season 2.
Mm-hmm.
All the wrestling that came out this week, so Impact and Rampage and shit, and then watched Hulk, the Incredible Hulk yesterday, like this morning. So
Gotcha.
I liked it. It was fun.
You talking about the movie or you talking about
The Incredible
everything?
Hulk.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
I liked it more than I remembered. I enjoyed it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, but we are covering wrestling today. So this is the Wrestling Babble podcast, and like we always start off, with the wrestling retrospect. Last week I picked Pretty Deadly, and I'm gonna go with my first match, which is I think this was my introduction to Pretty Deadly because I also didn't really watch UK, and when I caught it, it was mainly because shout outs to Menu with Opinion. He made me watch. He was like, "Oh, you gotta watch this. Oh, you gotta watch that." So usually when he recommends a match, he usually is in, especially if he knows it's like the style I like, he definitely will let me know and like, "Yo, you gotta watch this." So this was my first introduction to Pretty Deadly. This was July 22nd, 2021. This was Pretty Deadly defends the UK Tag Team Champions against Subculture, which is Mark Andrews and what's his name? Morgan something Webb. Adam Andrew. I forgot his name. Flash Morgan or whatever his name is. Do you know his name?
I mean, I barely watched UK, so.
Oh, okay. I know Mark Andrews and I forgot the other one.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot his name. I can't think of his name right now. They actually had his tag. They changed they actually have a tag team name called Subcultures. So against a very fun tag team match. Shows a lot of personality, especially with Pretty Deadly, and that was like my first take of seeing them. So I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun, and I think they retained the tag team championship at this match.
Was it good? I mean, I know nothing about those two guys, the other
Yeah.
two guys.
Yeah, Mark Andrews was part of the UK tournament, and also I think he was part of the Cruiserweight Classic. Um, he wrestled in
Mm-hmm.
NXT quite a few times too. Um,
He was the smallest guy with the beard, right? And the
yeah, yeah,
mustache.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, him I remember. Okay.
Flash Morgan Webster or something like that. Something. Like I still can't think of his name.
I mean, they don't just have his name.
There we go. There he goes. Yeah, I had it right. So it's Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster. That
Okay,
was actually correct with his name. Yeah, like he
gotcha.
used to come out with the helmet, the freaking British helmet and shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that'll be my first match.
Okay. The first one I saw, I do not have the date. This is from obviously from last year. It's early in their tag team title reign
Yeah,
of 2021. Not last year, that's 2021.
yeah,
This is Pretty Deadly versus Kenny Williams and Amir Jordan.
they were a really good tag team too.
Again, since I am not familiar with UK as much,
Yeah,
I do not know those two guys, but the match was very solid. There was some story going on between those two guys about them. I guess they weren't like a straight up tag team. Like did they become a tag team or something
yeah,
like that?
they got to kind of forced together or something like that. It's not kind of like the
Okay,
Sheamus Cesaro kind of thing.
all right. So you could definitely tell there was some of that, but then the match was great. Like
Yeah,
those guys they do moves and stuff that's like it's flashy, but it's not like super dangerous type of stuff. And
yeah,
it's things that are simple, but they string them together because Kenny Williams does this really cool. It's like you know when somebody jumps between the legs and they try to roll you up for a pin that way?
Yeah, yeah.
And instead of going for a pin, he does a flapjack. And I've never seen that before in my life. And
Nice.
I'm like, wow. So these guys are, again, they're talented.
Yeah.
Um, but Pretty Deadly takes him down, not because they cheat, but because Kenny Williams hits his partner in the back because his partner stopped him from cheating.
Yeah.
He didn't want
Should
the
have
belt.
cheat, man. Just cheat.
So
Just cheat.
they could have won. They could
Could
have
have
won,
won.
but it was a very good match. So
My next one, I think this is one I recommended to you. Just I know they have a series of matches, but this one kind of stood out. This is Mustache Mountain versus Pretty Deadly for the UK Tag Team Championships. This is when the Mustache Mountain took the titles away from them. Extremely great match. Again, if you like Tyler Bate, you like Trent Seven, you know you're gonna get it off of them. Tyler Bate is probably one of the best wrestlers that NXT has. That is like unsung hero kind of thing that you don't know about. Well, most people don't know about because a lot of his stuff is in UK or he was injured. So hopefully he gets in a role again. We actually get to see him more on UK on NXT right now. But they have extremely great chemistry between these two tag teams. This I think this was part. I think Mustache Mountain brought the best out of Pretty Deadly as well. They wrestled at different levels, just like how they fought with New Day. They wrestled at different levels. So this is a good one. The one in particular I'm looking for is December 9th, 2021. And it's for the NXT UK tag team titles, which are very beautiful titles.
okay, my second one is from NXT UK 6/3/21.
Yeah.
This is a little bit later down in Pretty Deadly's UK title reign. This is Pretty Deadly versus Jack Stars and a special mystery opponent who ends up being um, the guy that was with the prodigy of Seth Rollins. I forget his name.
Nathan
Nathan Frazier.
Nathan
Yes.
Frazier. There you go.
And again, this is kind of messed up in this situation as well because they are not a full-fledged tag team. I don't know if they were at some point.
No, I
Again,
don't
not
think so.
familiar, but that is definitely something that comes into play. Again, we know Nathan Frazier because he came over
Yeah.
and we got to see. At least I got to see him, so
Yeah.
I know how he does and whatnot, and he's great in this match. The other guy, I have no idea who he is, but again, it's almost like every time I say that about somebody in UK,
Yeah.
they impress me. So the other guys, Stars,
Yeah.
like very unassuming, like pale, looks like an Irish fellow, but may not be. Got the blonde dude,
Yeah.
but like he is solid in the ring, dude. Like he
Yeah.
and the other thing is the contrast between him and Frazier is that he brings the intensity, which is cool. Um, but again, they are not a full-fledged tag team, and Pretty Deadly really takes advantage of this, and you see it during the match. And it's very, very good.
I was
They really,
100% trying to look for their stuff before they made it to NXT because I think they wrestled with progression.
I see. I
And
don't know their old names, so
me either. So I
I just
was,
know Pretty Deadly. They have names. They say them,
yeah,
but
I
in my
forgot.
head, I can't. I forget them very easily because I'm used to the new ones,
Yeah.
which are silly. So
Yeah, so like yeah, I was trying to find some earlier stuff, but I couldn't find like I could have did better research, but then I was also watching 26 episodes of the show, so there was a barrier there. But I definitely gonna try to find some older ones just because I want to see them evolve because they were always a tag team, so there was a tag team in progression as well. So but their chemistry is great, and so my next one will be. This was for the NXT Tag Team Championships, and this was just them coming back and working with them. Pretty Deadly versus the Brawler Brutes. Um, Pete Dunne and Dumb had great chemistry, so it looked like 100% looked like they fought before. And then I think this dude is getting better. Like he's finding his timing better. I think once he got comfortable back wrestling again, he's been what is it? Fuck, what's his name? Pete Dunne's tag team partner.
bridge to
Rich Holland.
bridge.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, Rich Holland has gotten a lot better. Like even watching him on SmackDown, he like he way he's moving with a lot more confidence, and he actually looks pretty good. So this one was worth that. Pretty Deadly wins um by cheating, but they won and it was fun. So I'll put that one on.
Okay. My third one is from NXT UK 9/16/21,
Yep.
and this is a tag team title defense. It is Gallus,
Yes.
the challengers, versus Pretty Deadly, the champions.
Yeah.
This is the configuration because I know it's three members. This is the Coffee Brothers.
Oh, it's both the coffee. They're really good.
Yeah, and I think out of the three matches, I think this was the best one. But it wasn't like before. Like I said, the advantage was not given to Pretty Deadly because they were a full-fledged tag team. Because, as we know, Gallus is a unit,
Yeah.
so they switch out and they are tag teams as well. Um, but this one was like a fight. Like that's one thing I picked up on of Gallus from what I've seen, like from then until now. Is that they are very good at brawling,
Yeah.
and like they have their good wrestling offense. Like they I think it's um which one is the one with the longer hair? Is that Jeff
That's
Coffee or Marco?
that's fuck coffee.
Well, the longer hair one, the slightly stockier one. 'Cause I
Yeah.
think the younger one is the younger brother. I
Yeah.
mean the short hair one is the younger brother. Um, but like they get it in. Like they are screaming. They are they are like I think this is also because this is like slightly easing off of the pandemic era.
Yeah.
And you can see it with a very very light crowd that a lot of people still wearing masks and
Joe
stuff.
Coffee is the long-haired one.
Joe, not Joe.
Mark
Okay,
is the other one.
but like the aggression, dude, they are locked
They're
in. They are
intense.
screaming.
Yeah.
They are they are intense. Like there's a part, my favorite part of the match where they brawl out to the outside, and then it's just bodies everywhere. Like they just they slam each other against the guardrails. One dude goes flying, and then the camera work has to be commended because it's not the same camera work in America,
Yeah.
and it was really good for that part of the match. But Pretty Deadly, they squeak it out in the end, like very very close, and they win. They retain.
Nice. All right. That was three or the two?
That was the third one.
That was the one. All right. So that's our wrestling retrospect. We will have a new person later on discuss. So we kick off with Monday Night Raw and our weekend wrestling. And God damn it, I always have it up and then I press back by accident. I didn't do that one. I went to this one. Why'd they give me Royal Rumble stuff? All right, we got some Uncle Stinky stuff in this one.
Mm-hmm.
So we kick off with the Bloodline and Judgment Day squaring off. The Bloodline comes out. The Judgment Day comes in. Rhea Ripley and Solo Sakura step up to one another, but then Ali does a flying threat, and then that land up in the match of Ali versus Sakura.
So kind of gloss over the whole thing. Like the Bloodline had a big
There you go.
had a the equally as big was the Judgment Day because they came out, and then Prison Dom had a whole thing
Yes.
talking about prison changes you. And he had the bandana, he had the shirt,
He had me laughing.
looking like K Dog. And then Jimmy Uso was that was my favorite part. Jimmy
Yeah.
Uso honored him the whole time.
Yeah,
And then
I
KO,
remember blank
and then
with that,
KO
and I
came out
remember
like a
that.
crazy person.
Yeah.
So at the end of the match,
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
I believe Solo did still win though,
Yeah, Solo won. Ali
but
lost.
They did have a KO problem towards the end of the match that spilled out outside. So,
Yep, he ran in, he rushed us with a stunner, and then he ran out.
well, they had to beat him up,
Yeah,
and they didn't really beat him up.
yeah,
Just put that into perspective. He got them with chairs at the end. So
yes, he did. I completely went blank with that, so thank you. I remember the whole Dominic thing, and I remember talking about it too, and it just had me fucking rolling. And yeah, his
that was one of my
prison
favorite things this
stories,
week.
his prison stories.
Was his more prison time with Dom. That should be a segment. It's just prison
Prison
stories
time
with
with
Dom.
Dom.
Yep.
He'll show you how to make a burrito using Fritos chips and ramen.
And in a plastic bag,
In a
a
plastic
bread
bag.
bag.
A plastic bag and two wires connected to a socket, a light bulb socket, so it
Don't
heats
sleep
up.
on don't sleep on the bottom bunk.
Yeah.
Don't make no noise down there. Dom will slap you up.
We got the Street Profits versus Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. Really good match. Had MVP involved. He kind of interfered, but kind of backfired, and Dawkins and
Mr.
the Street
Ford.
Profits win. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
good match. Very good match.
I just come on, man. When they gonna win? When they gonna win though? When they gonna win?
Yeah.
Just saying.
So Elias has some backstage things, and he went to Pierce's office to talk about the Royal Rumble. MVP kind of interrupts him and saying the winner of the Royal Rumble is in there now, and he will see you later. And then that lineup being Almas, and pretty much he got his ass kicked by Almas.
But it wasn't that
It wasn't that like
that much of a
one-sided, though.
beatdown.
Yeah,
It's kind of just that MVP was out there, and that
Yeah.
was a distraction. Almost destroyed the guitar, like breaking a toy. Like for all it was worth, it wasn't a long match, but Elias had his shot.
yeah.
But obviously MVP, the big influence.
I mentioned this on the last cast, and I'm going to mention this to you, Elias, as well. Watch Bret Hart versus Kevin Nash at Survivor Series. He will give you a strategy against Almas. He is very top heavy and don't do leg day. So go for his fucking legs.
I mean, you could say that, but almost his legs are huge. He doesn't have skinny. He doesn't have skinny leg. Big
Kick him in
man.
the ankles.
He has a big upper body. Yes, but when you look at his leg, no. He don't have skinny legs.
Still go for it. He has a
Yes.
lot of weight to carry. Go for his ankles.
He has to bend down. He has to carry all that.
Yeah.
So yes,
Go for his ankles. Break his ankles.
you can't buff up your ankles. That's the rules.
There you go. Again, we go to Judgment Day versus Alpha Academy. Again, another good match. My boys lost though. I'm sad that every day you keep losing.
Why are they playing Otis like this?
Yeah.
Come on. But you know what? It was good to see Dom do his thing. I'm telling you.
Priest is
I
killing
just
it
say
too.
it. Listen. The best thing that's happening now is that Dom is not that he's gotten so much better, is that he's getting the time to keep getting better.
He found his character. He found the character that is working for him, and he's found his niche. And I think
Not
that
just
he's
me,
just
but I
gonna get
mean
better
also
for
in
that.
the ring as well.
Yeah.
As a wrestler, as a wrestling character, not just
Yeah.
being Rey Mysterio's son.
Yeah. Give him credit. And he and you enjoy seeing him get his ass kicked.
Mm-hmm. This is true.
It's very enjoyable. We got Mi Chen versus Io Sky.
I wish this would have got more time.
Yeah.
And if only just because, like me and him was doing takeovers, man. Come on,
Yeah.
what happened? Don't try to play her like that.
Yeah.
But it was a story thing.
Yeah.
It really was. She was outnumbered. She tried to bring Candace. It didn't help.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
But
Io
Mi Chen wins.
Oh yeah. Wait, did she win?
Yeah, she won.
Did win. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because so Dakota was Mi Chen had Candice LeRae. Candice LeRae kind of helped her.
That's
Good stuff. Bronson Reed defeats Akira Tozawa. I don't know who Akira Tozawa got mad, but damn. But it was a good match.
He got Pierce mad.
Yeah.
He was
Damn.
busy.
Yeah. Good match though.
Yes, sir.
It was short, but it was good.
Good to see Bronson Reed, and he didn't have to fight a jabroni. So there
Yeah.
you go.
There you go. I wish they used his indie theme. I actually like his indie theme. I wish. And then we go to our main event, which is Bobby Lashley versus Dolph Ziggler versus Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins versus The Miz and versus there's one more in there. There's 6 people. Baron Corbin. And yeah, and
A
Gunther.
fun match. I
Huh?
liked it a lot. I said it was a very fun match.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. I liked specifically Miz and Ziggler going at it for a while.
Yeah.
Shades of their old rivalry,
Yeah.
right? Um, and I can't be mad at Seth Rollins just taking advantage of everybody.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be fighting, you gotta watch out for a man trying to stomp on your head. It is what it is.
Yes.
And also how Finn Balor used Baron Corbin. I like
Yeah. That was good.
that. So
Very good match. Very fun match. Seth Rollins takes the spear in the end. It was an elimination match, so people got eliminated. So, ended up being Seth and Bobby last, and yeah, Bobby Lashley speared Seth and takes the win. So Bobby Lashley is the number 1 contender, considering, but now I think it's gonna be a 3-way. No, Bobby Lashley is the number 1 contender. He's fighting at this week's Raw XXX, the 30-year anniversary of Monday Night Raw.
yes, sir.
Um, Monday Night Raw, where you give it?
I'm gonna give it a solid A. They delivered on a lot of stuff.
Oh,
Did
and
they even say everything that happened? Because was there any Uncle Stinky stuff?
yeah,
this
that's
week
what
on
I
Raw?
was looking at. Like the Raw results don't show it, and I know for a fact that they had a brawl, and then Uncle Stinky was in like the little hallway, and then kind of stopped Bianca from doing something, and Alexa got back and took advantage of it.
Yes, there you go.
The Uncle Stinky, he did come out.
Doing what he do.
Yeah, it wasn't in
Stinking up.
order. I was looking for that too on the list, and they didn't even say that. Anyway, Monday Night Raw again. What do you give it?
I give it a solid A.
I'll give it a solid. It was a good show. We go to NXT, and we kick off with Apollo Crews and XM versus Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams.
And this was a good match.
It was
very,
good.
very good.
Very good offense and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Apollo,
And
go ahead.
I would say Apollo got his win back.
Yep. You guys, Solo Ruka defeat Elbow Fire with interference for a little distraction by Elsa Dawn, and and that's the first time she used that finisher on TV.
Mm-hmm.
We had Gallows defeats Brooke Jensen and Josh Briggs. That was a hard hitting match, but it was pretty good.
Yes, sir. Very, very good.
And yeah, the New Day is gonna be fighting them soon.
And that is the first time Gallus has fought the New Day, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. To
Got Theo Hall defeats Valentina Frezzo. That was alright.
Well, I know they have a story going on. So that's the reason why the girl lost the match.
Yeah.
Because they have what's her name again?
Lecture Lopez.
Miss Lopez was telling Feroz, you gotta step it up. You can't just be nice.
Yeah.
Because she was trying to tell Tonga again, be nice. And she's like, girl, man, he don't give a damn about you. He's gonna cheat and beat people up. That's what he's paid to do. You do the same. And she don't want to do it. And guess what happened? She lost.
Yep.
And Thea Hale has like a better version of LA Knight's finisher.
Yeah.
It's the same move.
Yeah.
Except she's trying to kill you.
Yeah, I like Thea Hill. I think she grew on me. I like her craziness.
Mm-hmm.
She makes me laugh. We got the return of Tyler Bate. He defeats Javier Bernal.
I mean, did you think he was gonna win?
No, he was gonna get his ass
Opposite.
whooped. So he's the big body Javi versus the big boy.
I don't understand how he calls himself big body. He's not really that much bigger than anybody else
Nope.
there. He's about standard wrestler size.
Yeah.
Ah,
He lost to the
anyway,
big strong boy, Tyler Bate.
yeah, truly, truly.
And then our main event was Roxanne Perez and Lyra Valkyrie defeats Toxic Attraction.
Now, see, my thing was I I was interested in where things were going when they were
Yeah.
talking because they didn't recap Toxic Attraction's speech when it came out. Like they had a whole segment and they were talking
Yes.
about how they thought people were like, oh, they're gonna break up. And I'm like, oh. Actually, I will be honest, they didn't frame it that way, so I wasn't thinking that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
But now with the kick to Gigi, hmm, hmm. So we'll see. So friendly fire, and they lost the match.
Yep. Do you see the end of Toxic Attraction?
No,
I
no,
hope not.
not yet, not yet.
But I do see a singles thing, especially with Gigi.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
So, NXT will give it.
I'll give it a solid A. And
Yeah.
again, another good show. More this time, like this week, all the matches were good. Even if it was people I didn't really go like, hey,
Yeah.
they were still all solid, and most of them had a story to it. So
Yeah.
still not bad.
I agree. I agree. We go to AEW Dynamite. And we kick off with Daniel Bryan. Yeah, Bryan's match was kick off the show, right? No, it wasn't. My fault. Sorry. They confused me with their damn listings. I'm sorry. I don't want your app. So we kick off with the All Atlantic Championship match. You have Orange Cassidy versus Jay Lethal.
It was solid. I got to give him props. It was solid. The match was solid.
Yeah. Dan Helsing steals the guitar and plays it too. It made me happy.
He just needed to say kabong and hit somebody.
Yeah.
That's it.
I did like the whole little storyline because if they interfered, Sanjay Dutt was gonna get fired. So he kind of like they were all intentions to try to cheat, and then he kept like, "Stop! I'm gonna get fired! Stop! I'm gonna get fired!"
True.
That was actually funny. I wish Jeff Jarrett got hit with the guitar just because I don't like him. But other than that, it was a good. I like Jay Lethal, so it was a good match.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it made me laugh seeing that. We go. Oh, we didn't even mention. Sadly, that Jay Briscoe passed away. So a lot of these shows kind of had like a tribute to him, stuff like that. They had the bands on the arm, things like that. It was from AEW to Impact to well, not Impact really in ways, but yeah, no, Impact did have it too. And then on Friday Night SmackDown, you saw Kevin Owens, and you saw like the Viking Raiders wearing it as well. It
Mm-hmm.
was sad to hear, and it was nice to see the wrestling community like to take the back of their family and stuff like that, and it was actually really cool.
Yes, sir.
Um, we go to Top Flight versus the Young Bucks.
That was solid. I mean, I wasn't surprised. I wasn't surprised. I was
Yeah,
surprised with the end though, because they
yeah,
never lose.
yeah. But
I joke,
yeah,
but it was actually a very good match. But here's my thing. All I want in all elite wrestling is a surprise champion.
yeah,
Get these guys, get Private Party on TV. Like they did some stuff they still got to do with the tag team division for me to be really interested. So
I got
this
you.
is a step in the right direction.
Yeah, Ricky Stark versus Jack Hagar.
The match was actually really good. I'm not gonna lie. Like the Hager and his hat may not be setting the world on fire, but the boy can still wrestle.
Yeah.
And
I
so
thought
there
the
was
match was alright. It
shenanigans.
was like I
There was shenanigans though.
yeah,
I know.
yeah, it is what it is. We
Hmm.
also got the Acclaim. They had a little promo, and Billy Gunn pretty much said, "Grow the fuck up" between the both of them, and then they set up a match.
Family Matters drama.
Yeah. Also, we got a promo by Hangman as well during that segment, and talking about Moxley's the defeat of Moxley and everything like that. You go to Bryan Danielson versus Bandito.
That was a really good match.
That was a really good match. I really enjoyed it.
Crazy. Crazy. I am not familiar with Bandito, but slowly he's growing on me, man. He's
Yeah.
very, very good. And actually very original. It's very easy today for a lot of the guys to do the exact same stuff, but he managed to do a lot of things that are different. So
Yeah.
I like
And then you also got MJF cutting a promo after post match, and
that.
once again used Fickle as a throwback to Daniel Bryan's complaints.
Hey, he's not lying.
Fickle.
They are fickle.
We got Tony Storm versus Willow Nightingale, and there was a heel turn with Paige and Tony Storm.
I could see it. They was being so mean to Sheeta. Paige was just being an asshole to Sheeta. I'm just gonna put that out there. Anyway, that match was good. They need to fight again. Like, they should have a rivalry.
Yeah.
I really like the match.
And our main event was the TNT Championship match. We got Darby Allin versus Kushida.
That was awesome. I forgot about it, and I was pleasantly surprised. Good to see it.
Very fun match. I really enjoyed it as well. AEW, we give it?
I'm gonna give it a B plus. I want to say A. No, I'm gonna give it an A minus.
Yeah.
Because like every match I liked. So
I think I'll go A minus as well. I enjoyed it for the most part. I enjoyed most of the show, so I'm good with that.
mm-hmm.
Oh, we got to go. Did you watch Impact?
I only watched the beginning with Mickey James and Bully Ray.
Yeah. I wanted her
I saw him be very disrespectful.
Yeah.
That was great. And then Tasha Steelz came out
Yeah.
with her homegirl, and it was like, Bully, if you go, I love how she said it. If you're gonna go upside her head, please don't leave us out. I was like, damn, that's messed up.
And then you had Jordan
Mickey
Grace and Frankie Kazarian going to the aid of Mickey James as well.
And then they have a 3-way tag.
Yeah, it was
six-person tag.
Yeah. So I run down Impact. Impact was a solid show, and then you had Santino Marella, and he brought out Ernest the Cat Miller to make a decision, and that was great.
That was awesome. That's how you do it.
Yeah, it was a lot of
They
fun.
were in his hometown.
Yep.
So he stopped by. Good.
Yep. So we had the 6-man tag. The winners were Mickey James, Jordan Grace, and Frankie Kazarian. So if she would have lost the 6-man tag, would she retire?
I don't know. Does the stipulation still stand? I don't think so, because I think it was on the road to the championship.
Yeah, okay.
But listen, I mean, anything is possible.
I'm just saying. Second match was Deonna Purrazzo versus Ashley Demoise. That was a good match.
Oh, she's there? I
Yeah.
didn't know that. Okay.
That was a good match. I enjoyed it. You had also promos with Josh Alexander and Santino Marella.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had a PCO also having a little promo.
Did he say anything, or did he just?
No, he's yeah, exactly. That's exactly what he did. You got Killer Kelly versus Taylor Wilde, a really good match as well. A lot of of women's matches this week.
I need to watch that.
Yes, it was good. You got Steve Maclin versus Dirty Dango. Steve Maclin won.
That as well.
Good match.
I need to watch that as well.
You had Dave LaGreca sitting down with Tommy Dreamer. There's a lot of things they go back and forth with Bully Ray.
Mm-hmm.
And then the main event was Mike Bailey versus Kenny King in a pit fight.
I need to see this as well.
That was really good. It reminded me of like Kumte. It was good.
Good.
I enjoyed it. It was really good. I definitely see Speedball winning the world championship this year. I think it's going to be his year. And I think it's going to lead up to him, Josh Alexander, on a pay-per-view, and then that's when he's going to win the world title. We got some good stuff there. Impact, I give it a day. It was a really good, solid show right after a pay-per-view.
Okay.
A lot of good promos, a lot of crazy promos, and Bully Ray is just an asshole.
Yes, sir.
And he's a good
That's what he's good at being. A deranged, insensitive asshole. Yes.
Yes, he is. A-hole. We go to Friday Night SmackDown. I was this was a great show, man. I was so happy to see someone, and we'll talk about it in a few. Um, we kick off with Drew McIntyre and Sheamus defeat the Viking Raiders.
I wasn't surprised, but I was happy they won because I was thinking, tag teams. It could have been the other guys. It could
Yeah,
have been Viking Raiders
yeah,
with Valhalla, but
yeah.
no, it was not.
And it was a hard hitting match. Dude, these guys
Yes,
beat the
sir.
shit out of each other, so I'll give credit where
Hmm.
credit's due. And then you had LA Knight give Bray Wyatt and Mountain Dew pitch black match preview against a local competitor, Britt Jones. And then we see the return of the Firefly Funhouse and Bray Wyatt fixing the doorknob and see his plumber crack.
Yes, I love how they had a little symbol there the whole
Yeah,
time. That was great.
it made me smile that they're not killing away the Firefly Funhouse. They actually still embracing all his many characters and things like that. And I was just really happy to see this. It made me happy. No Stinky. No, we got Stinky in the end. He was like,
The only thing that I'm curious about still is that they showed the human ones, and I'm wondering when they're gonna show up.
who knows? Who knows? Long-term storytelling. That's what it is.
Yes, sir.
You got Hit Row defeat Los Lothardios to advance to the SmackDown Tag Team titles.
And they had to be shady about it.
Yeah,
They had to be a little sneaky. Again, that's a better way for them to be, I
yeah.
feel.
I go. That's fine. You got Sonya Deville attack a distracted Charlotte Flair after being denied another title match.
This makes no sense to me.
Yeah,
I The reason it doesn't make sense to me is because there's one thing I feel they need to do to make it make sense, and that is to just have her say, "I used to be your boss" or something like that. Because at this point, she comes off as just a real entitled person. I
yeah,
mean, and Charlotte says that, which
yeah.
is funny. But think about it. Like, what has she done? She just keeps losing.
She goes to the Matrix and lose.
I mean, well, maybe she goes to the Matrix and wins, because that's how she comes back. But like
As the title match.
every time she loses, she has to fight Agent Smith.
Yeah.
So, but I'm just saying, like Sonya, remember she has no power,
Yeah.
so it's making less sense of her being so entitled. So if she was just simply say, "Don't forget, I used to be authority around here," or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
got
my
you.
only thing with it. But other than that, it was great promos.
Yeah. Imperium defeat the Brawling Brutes to advance the SmackDown Tag Team Title tournament.
My team lost, but whatever. Whatever. It was a great ass match. I
Yeah.
can't disrespect them.
I wanted to see the Banger Bros and the Brawling Brutes fight each other.
Yeah, that'd have been great.
It would have
That'd have been
been
great.
beat down city right there.
Yes, sir.
A lot of
I don't think
fingers broken.
I don't think it would have been in the finals though, because
Yeah.
remember Legato is
Yeah.
on one side. I think it would be Legato versus whoever.
Yeah. And then you got Legado the Phantasma. They defeat the Maximum Male Models to take advantage and to advance as well.
Yes, sir. It was not a long match. No.
No.
Maximum male models are not known for their stamina. They are known
Yeah.
they are known for their flair.
Yeah.
So
And then at the end, we got Kevin Owens deliver a surprise attack to Roman Reigns and the Bloodline during the undisputed WWE Universal Title contract signing.
yep. So the one thing they didn't talk about, or they don't show, is the entire Bloodline storyline that started at the beginning.
Yep.
Where Roman Reigns told Sammy, "Get out of here. Get out of here."
Why are you so mean to him?
He says, "Stop leeching. Get out of here." And then he says, "All right, you wanna be on my good side. Now go get the jet ready." So again, they just playing mind games with him. What's going on? What's happening to Sammy?
Yeah.
And then while he was getting the jet ready, who showed up? KO showed up, beat everybody up.
Yep.
And I think that's one of nobody made a gif of it. A Roman Reigns sitting in the chair looking at KO and then getting up.
Yeah.
I just went with the one picture I sent you.
Yeah.
Your mom says do the dishes, and it says you say, "Why don't you do them?"
Yeah.
And then the face. That's real good.
Yeah. That was good though. And Kevin Owens catches the stunner on Roman Reigns.
Beats everybody up. Sammy shows up, and KO runs.
Yep. It's all Sammy's fault. You're gonna blame Sammy on Monday.
I mean, it's all Roman's fault because
Yeah, he told him to leave, but Roman ain't gonna take that blame.
well, he should. He should be a man about it.
He's not. He's the tribal
Say I
chief.
made a mistake. I made a mistake, Sammy.
He's gonna make Sammy say that he made a mistake and apologize.
Sammy needs to say, "Have you heard how long it takes to refuel a jet? Come on. I had to stay on the phone the whole time.
Exactly.
You sent me at like 9:10. It's like 9:45. It's 9:55, man. Come
And you
on.
want the shit by the 10 o'clock?
Exactly. It takes time. Stop it.
Time. He did it in the song. SmackDown, what you give it?
I got to give it an A. Very
I go
good show.
same.
I might
So,
say A plus because of Return to Firefly Funhouse. Why not?
yes. You know what? I'll
And
go same. I just was extremely happy to see that.
I mean, freaking KO doing what he did was actually pretty funny. I
That
like
was
that.
hilarious. Yep. And then a lot of good strong tag matches. I liked a lot of
Very
the
good.
I'm not
Very
crazy
good.
about the Charlotte Sonya Deville thing. I think it's getting repetitive already, and it just started. So I'm just like,
I think it
what's
makes
that?
less sense when you lose.
Exactly.
How do you be a rival when all you do is lose?
It
She
was just
can't. She
it was
challenged
like the
Ronda.
same shit with Carmella. Like, how you keep getting title shots?
Well, listen, Carmella's Carmella. She's the only one. Her and Zelina Vega have the charm
Yeah.
where when they lose, you just let them fight again. But I'm just saying, consistency's sake,
Yeah.
is that Sonya Deville has challenged every champion and lost. She challenged before Liv, she challenged Ronda, lost. She challenged Liv, lost, and almost got killed backstage. Remember
Yep.
when Liv jumped on her twice, I think, actually. And then she challenged Charlotte, lost.
She's crazy.
Like it's not making make it make sense, Mark.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, she's just getting. She keep losing.
She just lose.
Shout outs to
Why?
Maurice. Her 40th birthday's today.
Happy birthday,
She
Maurice.
looks amazing.
Do it. Do what you do.
Yeah, she looks amazing. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yes, sir.
But good for her. I like Maurice. I actually miss her on TV. Like, her and Miz, like, their chemistry was always hilarious. So I always liked her with him. So, yeah, I'll go A with SmackDown as well. No, I'll go A plus with the Firefly Funhouse. Yes, and the plumber crack. It made me laugh. I was gonna put that as the picture, and I'm like, I don't know how they're gonna feel about the plumber crack. So,
She
it
put
is
the
what it
picture
is.
of Roman running away from Kane, getting
Yeah.
up like, oh shit.
That might be the next. That might be the cover of this week's. We go to AEW Rampage. I will say this straight out. I watched Rampage like very drunk, so I don't remember a lot of the stuff that happened. I remember watching the matches. I know the matches that happened, but I don't remember how I felt about the matches.
It was a good show.
Yeah,
They had the talk
yeah,
with Eddie Kingston and
yeah. And he
he
attacked.
attacked him.
Yeah,
But I like it because again, this is involving the House of Black, so
yeah,
there's stuff going on. So the story there. Good to see Ortiz in the storyline again. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
So we got Jungle Boy, Jack Perry versus Ethan Page.
Yep. And then
Jack Perry
that
wins.
ends. I actually like the end of the match because Ethan Page tries to cheat and pulls Matt's ponytail.
Yeah,
He's like, who's grabbing my hair? And then swats him, and then he loses. And I'm
yeah.
like, that's what you get. That's what you get. And so that sets up a tag match on Dynamite. So
Yep, it's Hook and Perry versus Matt Hardy and Ethan Page. Um,
and then the baddies had a match,
yeah,
tag team baddies.
that was after we got Brian Cage and Willie Mack first.
That was good.
That
That
was
was a
good.
very good match. That was a very good. Willie Mack is underrated. I said it.
Yeah, you got Jade Cargill and Leah LeGray versus Jada Vaniat and Jordan Vaniat. I guess they're sisters.
That's fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
sisters. I don't think they're twins. They have matching gear. So
Yeah. Match was yeah.
it wasn't that long, but it wasn't anything special. But it
No.
was. I will give credit. It wasn't bad. So
Yeah.
the girls they fought though were actually good at getting beat up. I
Okay.
have to say that.
And then the last match was Action Andretti versus Daniel Garcia.
That was a good match. I wasn't expecting it because again I'm not familiar with Andretti, but he's
Okay.
solid. He's solid.
Okay. I see that one is the one I went blank on. I remember them
Hmm.
fighting. I remember who won, but I don't remember the match at all.
Hmm. No, it was a solid match.
Okay. Where you give Rampage?
Rampage, I'm gonna give it a B.
B. Okay.
It's a good show.
I'll go B just because I don't remember most of it. I'm just going to be nice today.
Yeah.
um. All right, that's our week in wrestling. Royal Rumble, we'll have our predictions next week, so definitely stay tuned for those. We'll probably have a guest on that show, so it'd be nice to hear a different. We're gonna have another voice into the predictions of Royal Rumble. Um, Now we go to the podcast we listen to, and shout outs to Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. They did their live 15 this week, and I heard it was a hilarious show. I gotta watch it. I ordered it, so I gotta watch it probably today. Um, but I'm very excited to watch it. They still killing it, everyone. They get a lot of great guests, things like that. So follow them. Major Wrestling Bros, Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. Follow them. Check out all their stuff. Join their Patreon so you can see the extra stuff. It's always great. They're great guys. And I saw their power hour freaking figures that are coming out, and they look freaking amazing.
Yes, sir.
I'm like, damn it. That series itself, I'm not interested in because I don't really care that much about the historian wrestlers and shit. But the fact that they showed Cardona and Myers, and I like the gear that Myers has a lot, I was like, damn, yeah, I definitely gotta get that one. Get
They
those.
haven't made anybody that I'm attached to. That's the only thing.
Yeah,
Because
same here.
the quality of those, they look better than almost every other wrestler figure.
Yeah, they
So
they they doing really good. Yeah.
take that away from it. They're quality, but like they haven't made a guy. That's my guy. So I might get the Cardona. Why not?
Yeah, I might do Myers and Cardona. I like the Meyer gear. I like the white gear. I wish one of his figures did the Liger gear he had. I think he only wore it like once in Impact. This podcast we listened to. I did listen to Ryan Stanton had Charles Robinson on. Good conversation, fun conversation. He's a encyclopedia with, especially when it comes to Ric Flair.
Well, that's good. That's
hmm
good.
You got Kofi Kingston on Corey After the Bell.
I heard that. That was a good one.
Yeah, I gotta finish it. I
Talked
hadn't
about
get to finish yet.
they talked about his um the charitable organization that he has.
Nice.
They asked him to explain what that's about, and it's a very noble thing. And the one thing he said that made me go, damn, that's true, and it kind of sucks, is the fact that he said that most of those kids over there in Ghana, they don't get to see a computer until later on in life. I'm like, damn, that's messed up, because I remember when I was a kid,
Mm-hmm.
that was about the start of the computer labs.
Yeah.
I was just in a random ass Catholic school. It wasn't like some leading national level school. So to think about that and to think that it's 2023, bro. Children don't have access to computers. That's messed up. So
Yeah.
yeah, help him out,
Yeah,
please.
definitely you should follow Kofi and find out all about what the donations and everything.
Hmm.
Um, Chris Van Vliet had Anthony Bones on it. It was a good conversation.
Okay. Mhm.
Renee Parquette had there was one I listened to hers.
The man himself. He had Will Ospreay last week,
Oh, Will
right?
Ospreay. That's the one I listened
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Was last week?
I believe so.
So
Unless it's
I
just the
wa-
highlights. I see she has the highlights this week.
yeah,
So I think that was last week's episode.
that was really
Hmm.
good. I actually like that conversation a lot. Shout outs to me with the opinion. He sent me FTR's Dax Harwood,
Oh.
like his podcast.
Hmm.
He gave me a couple of ones to listen to. The one I listened to last was kind of the last episode. He kind of talks about the death of Jay Briscoe, and he also talks about FTRKO.
Oh, cool, cool.
He has really good conversations. I think he talks very clear. I've been liking what I've been hearing. So shout out to me because he's the one that kind of put me to listen to that. Same thing with the Kurt Angle podcast. He always like praises it. So I'll check it
Mhm.
out when I get changes and stuff.
I did not hear last week's, or no, I split mine up. I did not hear the normal people
Yeah,
that I listen to podcasts from. This week I listened.
listen to her.
Funny.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty funny. It's a
I didn't
nice
hear what you said. What you
2 hour
said?
chunk. This one, hello, hello.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you now.
I said I checked out Kevin Nash's podcast.
Oh, okay.
It's called Click This.
Yes.
Um, this last week he was talking about the sale because we didn't really get into the WWE sale.
Yeah.
Talked about that. Talked about Vince returning. He talked about some perspective on the numbers of wrestling and who should probably buy it. And his answer was actually surprising to me, but it makes a lot of sense. And it's Netflix
Yeah.
because when he was talking about the people who have the streaming services and whatnot, he was like the one thing that they don't have in an abundance of or at a high level is something that is live.
He's good.
So if they had something that is live, they can add to their repertoire and kind of bring Netflix back because as we know, it's been slipping. So
Yeah.
that surprised me, and I was like, okay, I agree with that. That's cool.
I thought about that. I thought about well, I think Disney is right now like one of the headline the ones that like on top of everyone.
Don't hold yourself to that.
Yeah.
They might still be a little because the content.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
No, because it's TV PG. It's not rated TV or 14 yet. It's still
Don't
like in
forget the
PG area.
library. I'm
Huh?
just saying. Don't forget the
No, but
library.
but you have to realize also that it's not going to be on Disney Plus. It's going to be on ESPN Plus. They want content for their sport network. They want content for ESPN. They don't want. It's not going to be on Disney Plus. It's going to be on ESPN Plus, and they have UFC. They have mixed martial arts. They have boxing. They have all that stuff. So
Oh,
I
okay.
don't
Oh,
need. I don't think it needs to have a content thing if they're going to do it on ESPN Plus.
this is true. But I'm just saying, Mike Tyson, for all his infamy in the past, he never tried to kill his boss on television.
Yeah. Yeah, but you do got UFC, and these guys are knocking the shit out of each other, rip blood and everything like that. I know that Disney wants more content for ESPN Plus, and I know they want to build more on that. Because I'll be straight up, I have the combo plan of Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus. You want to know how many times I logged into ESPN Plus? Once,
How many? Okay.
just to see what it is, and then I watched the 30 for 30 for Ric Flair.
My problem is why is this even a thing? Because don't they have existing relationships with people who have services already? What's up with NBC?
But that's the thing with NBC. Don't have they don't want to put the money that everyone else is putting.
Oh, they went. I got you.
Yeah,
What about and that's also that means Hulu's out because that's under Universal.
that's under no Hulu's Disney.
Oh, it's Disney. See, I didn't know that.
That's what
Okay.
that's the thing I'm saying is that I could see Disney being a big part of it just because the
Did they
ESPN
ever get
Plus,
rid of that?
huh?
Did they ever get rid of that?
What?
WWE on Hulu?
No,
So what?
they signed another 5-year deal.
So what? Yeah, I mean, why bother? Why go anywhere else? I guess
Yeah, and then
you already got.
I think, and then also look if you go to Marvel, you go to Star Wars. Disney kind of lets them do their thing for the most part. They're not as like, oh, it has to be this, it has to be that. No, Marvel been doing their thing for quite some time, and Star Wars as well. So I'm like, I think that would be a smart move with Disney wise, just because again, ESPN Plus is a thing that they really want to go higher, and I think WWE being on there it will get people to use it more.
That makes sense. That I get makes sense.
Yeah,
But I was just thinking about if they have Hulu, then it's like, well, it's kind of like you don't have to even try that hard.
And that also works in their favor too is the fact that they have all the Raw, SmackDown, main
Yeah,
event,
exactly.
NXT, all that stuff on Hulu, and they don't even have to pay to renew it.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
But I will say, for all intents and purposes, if somebody wants to make a move, I think that Netflix idea is like, if it's, I'm talking about people want to make moves, go ahead,
yeah.
do it,
I think
put
that's a
that
smart
money up.
move too because they don't have any. Again, like you said, they don't have no live content, and that was a big thing this year, especially when it came to the World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these apps had like the World Cup live, and
Mm-hmm.
Netflix is the only one that did not have it, but Hulu had it.
Gotcha.
Paramount had it, NBC had it, so it's like that's a big thing, especially if like I'm not European, so I don't give a fuck about soccer, but a lot of people do, and that brings people to get your app because you have these exclusive things live on your app.
That means people will stop sharing passwords and pay for the pay for the service
Yes, yes,
when they
yes,
cut it eventually.
yes.
They keep teasing that. Yeah, they said they was gonna cut that for like 2 years already. What happened?
They
They do it?
I don't think so. They haven't done it yet. Cause, but then again, I don't really share my Netflix like that. The only person that uses it besides me is my mom, and then if it's not my mom, it's used in the house. So like
Yeah,
my
yeah.
girl uses it, everyone uses it, but it's in the house.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So other
They
than
need to
that,
stop
like
that.
not thing.
Do or
So
die, Netflix.
yeah,
Come on.
yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah,
Oh, the
I
other
think
one, the other
Disney.
podcast I heard besides his was actually last week's Hall of Fame, and that's
Okay.
Booker T.
Oh sweet.
And I listened to that one because he had Ric Flair on.
Oh okay.
And this was the conversation was mainly post his what do they call it? Is the documentary, but
Yeah, yeah.
what's
The
don't they have like
woo,
specific names for those things? It always called Woo, right?
woo. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So they were talking about that.
yeah,
They went to the history of just how much wrestling Ric Flair did. The the statistic of him wrestling like 465 matches in 1 year.
yeah,
It's crazy. And then like he said he had like 9 hour long matches with Ricky Morton, I think he said.
yeah,
That's ridiculous, dude. So it's a very informative episode. Also, he goes 100% into some detail about the relationship with his son.
yeah. Okay.
And he says he never talked about that. Like it's not even information on a documentary.
Yeah,
Like it's a lot of stuff, and then because of that, you learn more about Booker T. And
yeah,
then I learned stuff about him and his family, like that he mentioned. It was like, oh wow, there's
yeah,
some stuff there, and they have some common ground. So I was like, okay,
yeah.
so you might like that one.
I'll definitely check it out when I get a chance. All right. Now we go to the wrestling retrospect, and it is your pick.
I'm gonna say, who are you to doubt El Dandy?
Oh, dandy.
El Dandy, yes sir. So I want to know.
Oh, dandy.
This is gonna be a history lesson.
Oh, dandy. That's the.
Every time I see his name brought up in anything, every wrestler respects El Dandy. So I need to know what is up with El Dandy.
Oh, this is Okay, I know exactly who he is now.
Yeah, I remember him from WCW, but I know he's from you know Mexico, and he's a big deal. But
Yeah,
like I just know him in WCW. Also, he's kind of a meme wrestler
yeah,
because Bret Hart gave an interview,
yeah.
and the first thing that comes up when you put in El Dandy on YouTube,
Yeah, that's exactly what came up. Yeah,
besides besides the playlist of somebody else,
yeah,
is Bret Hart's face. Who are you to doubt El Dandy? I
yeah.
love that. I love that.
So old Dandy is the next character, next person we put. Let me write that down because I will forget that one. Wrestling retrospect. No, that's not it. There we go. I gotta add the last two. So we had Josh Alexander, Pretty Deadly, and then El Dandy. I thought that was Raquel's stepfather, but it's not.
Oh, okay. I don't know who her. Have you seen her stepfather in action, or pictures
Um,
of him or something?
I don't know. Let's see. Raquel Gonzalez. Oop, that's not her. Yeah, wrestler. Yeah, she has a wrestling family, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Let's see. Her. Let's see. Trained by parents. Rick Gonzalez. They wrote. Who's Rick Gonzalez? Let's see who he is. But yeah, I know. I think Silver King is her stepfather,
Ah, okay.
and I
Okay.
think Rick Gonzalez he also wrestled, and yeah. Let's see, Rick Gonzalez. That's not him. Anyway, we'll talk about that another time. All right, so Dandy is the next person. All right, we'll wrap this up. This is the Wrestling Babble podcast. Thank you for listening. Follow us on all our social medias. We have Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Twitch. The Facebook groups, the Wrestling Babble, and the Wrestling Inc. Facebook group as well. And just follow my TikTok, Mark with the Mic. We have booze and figures, so definitely check that out. Follow Wrestling Inc.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Make sure you follow us anywhere and everywhere. Recyclone Inc. That is Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram. That is YouTube, SoundCloud, and Spotify. And we have a WordPress, so check it out.
Oh shit! So Raquel Gonzalez is the stepdaughter of the Giant Gonzalez.
Really?
That's her
Wow.
stepfather. Her real
Wow.
dad wrestled. He was a jobber in WCW,
Okay. Okay.
but he did wrestle in WCW.
Got you.
There you go.
That's crazy.
Yep, yep.
The Giant Gonzalez. That's
Yep. And the picture they have is him with the giant suit with the hairy underwear.
and her.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't see her.
No, you just see the current her, but you see him in
Oh.
that. I
Okay.
was like,
Okay.
that would have been hilarious. Anyway, thank you for listening. Peace out, laters, and always remember, follow the Jinkies.